I sat around for about 15 minutes this morning trying to figure out what to talk about this week. So I went through a whole list of things and realized, well, I kind of talked about that last week, or I've touched upon that another week, and I don't know if I want to talk about that. And before I knew it, I'd been sitting there for 15 minutes trying to force an idea, and it just didn't come to me. So that's when I decided to sit back, take a deep breath, chill, and just say, what's going on right now? What's happening? What's coming up for you? What's coming up for everyone else that you're talking to right now? And that's when it came to me. That's when I realized that the very fact that I was trying to sit there and force something was exactly what I needed to talk about. So I've seen this with myself lately. I've seen this with clients. I've seen it with friends. The idea of having a goal and wanting to crush it. The idea of having like an achievement and, wanting to do something that probably will take a little bit more than 24 hours, but wanting to do it overnight. And the idea that it has to happen now. The idea that we know exactly how we need to go about getting what it is that we want. And when we force an outcome, when we force an idea of how it is that we need to get somewhere, we lose the magic along the way. Now, don't get me wrong, I think it's very important to have an idea of what we want to achieve. Without a vision, we won't really know what kind of steps we need to take to get there. But it's really important to understand that sometimes the steps we need to take are not necessarily right in front of our face. We don't always know exactly what we need to do. And sometimes those goals that we set have to be changed a little bit along the way. Sometimes those goals need to be tweaked because we see another possibility. We see something else come along. And we realize that the goals that we think we have in mind might need to tweak to just be a little bit more effective for us. So, think about it. There are times when I've left my house or tried to leave my house and realized that I didn't have my key and that I had 6.2 seconds to get out the door. So I turned everything upside down, threw the cushions off the couch and swore and, ran by the cat screaming and yelling, where are my keys? Oh my God, I have to get out of my house. And it was only whenever I would sit down and take a breath and just say, okay, chill. Where was the last time you saw your keys? Where do you think they're going to be? That's when I typically would turn around and find my keys sitting on the table right in front of me, and it had been there the entire time staring me in the face. But because I was so gung-ho on things, because I was so stressed out, because I was so anxious and tizzic about these damn keys, I didn't even see that they were there in front of my face the whole time. And that's what happens in situations where we're trying to force outcomes, when we're trying to make things happen, when we want relationships, friendships, business, careers, or personal lives to turn out a certain way. We tend to not see the stuff that's looking right at us in our face. We tend to not see the other possibilities out there. We lose the magic of it all. So really, it's about understanding that we've got goals and we have certain steps to get there. But we also need to let go and let creativity kick in by just being playful, by having some fun, by taking a deep breath and realizing it's not the end of the world, by just sitting back and understanding that we need to have some magic coming back into our lives. So when we get bogged down with our to-do lists and we have 1,000,001 different deadlines and things that we need to get done in 2.6 seconds, that's usually the last time or, the least likely time that we're going to want to sit down and have some fun and just enjoy ourselves in the process. But that's exactly when we need it the most, because we'll be surprised at what happens, what kind of creativity is sparked, what kind of opportunities come our way when we just let things be and when we're not so gung-ho on trying to force things and just being part of the grind and getting things out through the door. So I hope this helps you in terms of, kind of getting you on your path in a way that allows you to be flexible with things as they come along. And if you want to share any stories, any circumstances where you kind of felt like you felt the same way, please do in the comments below. I'd love to hear back from you. Thanks, and we'll see you next week.